Alright, boys and girls, today's lesson is lesson 1-4. And today we're going to learn about numbers to 1 million. I know we've talked about the tens, hundreds, and thousands, and today we're going to start tackling the 1 million place. Alright, so what I've done here first is I've written the number 1,000. When you look at the 1,000, I want everyone to write in their math journal what the value is of the digit 1. What is the value of that digit right there? The digit in the thousands place. Hopefully you wrote down it's 1,000. The value of that 1 is 1,000. Alright, so notice the comma. Why do you think we put commas in? Write down your guess or reasoning why in your math journal. Why do you think we put a comma in there? Well, hopefully you said something along the lines of a comma separates groups of 3 digits to make it easier to read numbers. Basically, that's all it is. Any number you have, like 175,640, there's a comma there. Notice, whenever you get to a comma, you'll always hear yourself say something. Okay, notice, I know we're going to work on millions today, but I know you've all seen it, so I'm going to put a number like this, and it's not going to be on long. I won't worry too much about it. I'm going to erase it here in a second. But I'm going to read the number to you. 3,645,070. Notice when I say million and when I say thousand, there's a comma. So 3 million, comma, 645,000, comma, 70. So just know to always put a comma every 3 digits starting from the right. Okay, I'm putting a decimal there because right now we have a whole number. Starting from the right, every 3 digits. 1, 2, 3, comma. If you only have 3 digits, like the number 370, you don't need to put a comma because there's nothing there. There's nothing over here. If there was a number here, like a 2, then you'd put the comma. Alright, so that was just a quick refresher on that. Let me get rid of all this for you. Alright. So, if I put another number, if I put another 0 on this number, I'd get the number 10,000. So I'm going to get rid of this right here. I would have 10,000. Okay? So you would know that the value of that 1 is equal to 10,000. Okay? Because in the 10,000s place. But I want you to look at place values. This is the ones place. This is the tens. The hundreds. The thousands. And then we have the 10,000s. I want you to realize that every time the place value goes up 1, it's always a times 10. Okay? 1 times 10, 1 times 10 equals 10. 10 times 10 equals 100. 100 times 10 equals 1,000. 1,000 times 10 equals 10,000. 10,000 times 10 would equal 100,000. I'm just going to write this short because you know what I'm getting at. And then times 10 again would equal millions. You should all know the rule that if you multiply anything by 10, all you're doing is adding a 0 to that number. So the number 1, multiply by 10, you get 10. The number 10, you multiply by 10, you get 100. Notice we're just adding zeros. Multiply by 10, you get 1,000. Don't forget your comma. Multiply by 10, you get 10,000. Multiply by 10, you get 100,000. Sorry. Every time you multiply by 10, you're adding a 0. If you have the number 78 and you multiply it by 10, you have 780. If you take 780 multiply it by 10, you get 7,800. You're just adding zeros to it. It's pretty simple. So, if I put the new number down here, if I'm taking the 10,000 that I just showed you, and multiply it by 10, the next place value up, I get 100,000. So what is the value of that 1 right here in the 100,000s place? You're telling me right now you have 100,000. So you have 100,000. Pretty simple. So always understand that with place value is that's always times 10. Okay, it's 10 up every time. The ones place tens, the hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. So now I want you to take a look at this chart right here, not that chart. See what happens when you push the wrong button when you're using a device. I want you to look at the patterns to 1,000. And this is something we just talked about. Notice we have the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000, million, 10 millions, 100 millions. I don't want to worry too much about 10 millions and 100 millions, but this just goes to show that this is what the number would look like. Notice we have our main chunk. These are the ones chunks, the thousands chunks, the millions chunks. The ones chunks have their friends, the tens and the hundreds. The thousands have the tens and the hundreds. The millions have the tens and the hundreds, okay? So that's something you need to remember in your head. Once you're in the thousands, if it's the second spot in the thousands, it's 10,000 spots, 10,000th place. If you have 3 spots in, you're in the 100,000th place. So noticing the commas, I'm going to switch color here. This is where the commas would go. Okay? When you say a comma, you're actually saying what this family was. Okay? What this family is. Okay, so if you have a number like 25, I'm not going to read it out to you yet, 345, I should probably erase that down a little bit. That's one big comma. 276. This number, or 226. My 7 looked like a 2, so I'll make it a 2. Okay, so you have 25,345,226. Every single time I'm saying million or thousand, I'm going to put a comma there. Every time. And remember that each group of 3 includes a ones, a tens, and a hundreds. Because these are the ones, these are the tens, hundreds. Here is the 1,000s, here is the 10,000, 100,000s. Here's the 1 millions, the 10 millions, and if we had another number, it'd be the 100 millions. So always know that each chunk, imagine a train. These are each their own cart. Each cart's going to have a 10, a 1, tens, and a 100. So that was just a quick refresher on different patterns of place value and commas. Commas are so important. Okay, these commas are really important. Do you have to put the commas in? No, but it helps you read the word or read the number, and it helps you understand the number, and you see it quicker. I like seeing commas in it, and if commas are in the wrong spot, 34,028. Does that look like 34,028? No, that looks like 3,428. The comma should be there. Okay, because that gives me 1, 2, 3 digits after the comma. So 34,028 would actually be 34,028. Notice I said 34,028 because I didn't have any hundreds in here. Okay, and there's no hundreds in this train cart. So now I'm going to get rid of this. And I want you to turn to page 11 in your student activity book. Should look like this. Has the same chart we just used on the top. And I want you to read this on your own. And when you're done reading it, I want you to unpause it. Okay, so hopefully you read the chart. I'll quickly go over it with you. The patterns to millions chart show that each digit in the number has a place value name. When we read a number, we do not say the place value name. We say the whole group name. And that's kind of what I was going over earlier. When we say the comma, we just say the millions. When we get to the comma, we just say millions. Comma, millions. And the next thing, it says we say the word thousand after the digits in the thousands group. Just like I was going over earlier with you. Once we get at the end of the group, we say millions, or the end of the group, thousands. When we get to the end of the group of the billions, we say billions or trillions or whatever big numbers are after that you probably won't ever learn in 4th grade. Okay, next one. We do not say the word ones after the digits in the group. Okay, notice that. You don't say I have 745 ones. You would say for money I have $745 or I have 745. You wouldn't say ones. It'd be kind of silly. Like say you had 1,155,255 cars, little toy cars. Would you say I have 1,245,555 ones? No. It is. I mean, it is that big of a number, that many ones. This is 745 ones, but we don't say it. Okay. So to read greater numbers, say each group of digits as if they were in hundreds, tens, and ones place, and then add the special name for that group. That's where you would say the millions or thousands. So use your whole number secret code cards to make the groups of digits as shown below. Put them in the spaces on the reading millions frame below to read them. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to go back to your seats. I want you to get out your number secret code cards that you cut out the other day, and I want you to, just for fun, I guess you're going to be in the space below here. I don't know why I cut it out of the bottom of this page, but on the bottom of this page there's actually more, and a million, hundred, or the million, thousand, ones groups, and I want you to use your whole number secret cards to make the groups of digits shown below, meaning make that, make that, make that, that, and that. Okay, I'm making those 6, and I want you to just do them so you understand how it's supposed to look, and then when you are done, you can start working on the workbook page on page 12.